Hello everyone, GeneralApple here with the house in Fata Morgana part 28. And last time we paused right after finishing the 7th chapter, which has been incredible. We spoke with the three men and we got their perspective on things, and even though it didn't seem like we managed to change the past, we got their perspective and we know their story, so we can definitely do something with that. And I believe we paused right after seeing white light, so I really just want to continue and see what that was all about, because the world just faded and that was it. So let's just continue right where we left off. Revolution, that's a nice name. Whew. Okay, I'm ready. Michelle, open your eyes, Michelle. Come to me. Oh my god. Oh, the white-haired girl? What? And she's holding a sword. We meet at last. Let's take a look at this picture. Wow. A sword. And she looks a bit different. I don't know, might be my imagination. She seems a bit different. What? Why is the white-haired girl here? Never mind that. Where am I? I was trying to get back to the mansion. How did I end up here? Do you know who I am? Of course I do. How could I not know who you are? Splendid. But what are you doing here? Why is there a sword in your hand? That's exactly what I was saying. And why can I not speak? I was able to return to this gathering place of souls thanks to your efforts. Your uncovering of the truth of those events that transpired so many years ago allowed me to remember everything I had forgotten. To remember who I am. Remember who you are? You mean that you're a part of Morgana? My apologies. Bringing your soul here without any preparation has left you in a bit of a nebulous state. But my heart told me I had to do this now. Though you have no voice, I can feel your presence quite clearly. Oh, Michelle, namesake of the great archangel, Michael, and the man of tremendous virtue. I've brought you here to ask for your assistance. I pray you will be able to help me. My request for you is simple. Take this blade and with it, extinguish my soul. You... what are you? Extinguish your soul? I realize that it's cruel for me to ask this of you, and for that I deeply apologize. But I want to be you who sends me off. Could you grant this girl her selfish request? That's not why I sought the truth. Not because I want to see anyone extinguished, but because I want to set everyone free from the mentioned cursed bond. Because I wanted to put an end to this cycle of pain and suffering. Because I want to save every last person caught in this tragic quagmire. That includes you. And you're asking me to eradicate your soul? I must be destroyed. You can't tell me that after everything you've seen, you haven't realized that I have no place in their lives. While it's true, Morgana wished for misfortune to befall them. If I hadn't been there, none of their tragedies would have taken place. But who are you? If I hadn't been there, the flaxen-haired girl would have been able to let go of her yearning for her brother. If I hadn't been there, the shipwreck merchant lover would not have lost their place as his debtor. If I hadn't been there, the ambitious businessman would not have been betrayed by his close friend. Why are you acting like it's all your fault? Are you trying to say everyone would be better off without you? I was not a victim in the tragedies. I'm culpable for them. Culpable? Like hell you were. I saw everything from start to finish. You didn't intend for anything bad to befall anyone. You always acted out of the good of your heart. And you're trying to tell me that makes you culpable? What do you say we answer one last lingering question, Michelle? The question of what I am. The explanation might be a bit lengthy, but I would like to share it with you before I depart. I was, as you ascertained, created by Morgana's mind as it broke down in that tower. I was born to be a receptacle for her pain, to ease her suffering. But there's more to that story than that, Michelle. Upon her death, Morgana's soul was afflicted with great pain resulting from the hatred and resentment she bore. The fact that she viewed herself as a saint only served to amplify that agony. Her identity as a saint gave her purpose in life while simultaneously constraining her. A saint must put herself second to all others. She must be caring, generous, forgiving. And she must not bear any ill will for anyone. That was not how she felt deep down, though. She was not a saint out of the goodness of her heart. She wanted to hate them, but her identity would not allow her. Those two conflicting aspects of her soul tore Morgana apart. She was unable to withstand it, so she took all her saintly characteristics and gave them to me. Caring for others, put herself second, being forgiving. And then she severed that part of her soul. So that's why you always seem so abnormally pure-hearted. I was no longer a part of Morgana, but something entirely separate. However, I wasn't me yet either. When you came to the mansion and resurrected Morgana, you resurrected me as well. But I had no self at first. I was, I suppose, not much different than the particles of dust floating around the mansion. But eventually, that dust gained a sense of self, taking form as a human soul, and descended into the realm of men and the fate which governs it. What do you think the first thing a new soul wishes for when it is born, Michelle? To live. I wished for a continued existence in this world, in a world where I was never meant to exist. I refuse to accept that there's anything wrong with wanting to live. I was supposed to remain within Morgana as part of her. I was never meant to be a soul of my own. To become one was to turn against the laws of the universe. I wished to live, and Morgana wished to curse the three-man soul, though we sought after completely separate things. Because we were once two parts of a whole, each of our wishes were shaped by the others. Oh my, that explains a lot. In order for an incomplete soul like mine to survive, it needs something to bind itself to the world, something strong enough to prevent the universe from correcting the anomaly. And so, the wish of that anomaly gave birth to another anomaly, a house that sat outside the currents of time. One that could descend into the mortal realm at various times and places. And it was that house that served as a tether for my soul. You mean it wasn't Morgana power that created a mansion, but your own wish? And why did it have to be that house that bound me to the world? Because that was where she lingered. The girl from which I was formed. Which meant that my wish had the consequence of granting Morgana's with it. The house, having attained perpetuity, served as a place for those reconstructed by Morgana curse to return to. Furthermore, my connection with her had another consequence. I was the one most affected by her wish. As much as I may have wanted to do good for them to be happy, my fate was dictated by her wish. In that position, my merely showing affection for anyone was damnable. Damnable. Oh my god, falling in love was an act of villainy. My very presence malevolent. Don't say that. I was the true witch, the true demon child. Stop talking, please. It should never have been possible for me to have a life at all. The universe must be returned to its proper state, Michelle. Don't talk to yourself like that. I must be erased and Morgana's soul restored to its original form. But why? I do not belong here. I never belonged here. What's so wrong with wanting to live? The defect must be repaired. You're not a defect. Damn it, why couldn't I be able to get a word in now at least? The restoration will not be instantaneous. It took many, many years for me to be formed, and it will take as long, if not longer, for the process to be reversed. But her soul will eventually return to its proper state, and perhaps when her soul is restored, Morgana won't be a human. Perhaps she will be a butterfly, resting upon the lip of a flower. Perhaps she will be that flower. Perhaps she would be the breeze in which that flower sways. But whatever form she takes, it will be her, whole and complete. With me gone, no more tragedies should take place. So please, take this sword and extinguish me. Put an end to this cycle of misery. I want you to be the one who does it. Please, kill me. Oh my god. Wait, we have a choice? Okay, let's save. I can't. We have only one option. Okay, I guess if we only have one option, we might as well click it. Yeah, I don't think it's time gated. You're asking too much of me. Yes, I want to save Morgana's soul. But do you really have to die for that to happen? Is there not some other way? Won't you do this for me? I cannot. I could never take that sword. I know it's unfair of me to ask this of you, but I want it to be you. As selfish a request as it may be, I want the curtain drawn on this Erstra's life by the man I admired so deeply. You admired me? Let's talk a little bit about that admiration, shall we? And where I got my physical appearance. This goes back to when I was a mere particle matter drifting about the house. While I still had no mind of my own at that point, I witnessed everything that took place within the house. And in the moment of your death, Michelle, was I born. You saw my death. Your action that day appeared to me the very definition of selfless and honorable. Your life bore many similarities with Morgana's. You were both abused, imprisoned, called a witch, but while Morgana sought vengeance, you watched your own mother burn your crucified body, and you wished for release rather than revenge. There's nothing honorable about that. I had just lost all hope for myself. I accept you'll disagree with me, say that it was a sign of your weakness, but that was not how I interpreted it. Self-sacrifice being one of the core characteristics Morgana gave to me, I was deeply moved. You didn't curse those who had wronged you in life, you chose your own destruction. And I admire that strength of spirit. That admiration helped to shape my wish, to determine the form I would take, the name I would have. That's why, whenever I gained a physical body, it was modeled after yours, with snow white hair and ruby red eyes. Why my name was always Michelle, after the same angel from whom you took yours. I'm not. I'm in no way worthy of anyone's admiration. My admiration caused both you and the woman you love a great deal of pain, and for that I apologize. But it also shows just how much I wanted to be like you. I would ask for you, if you would be so kind, to consider this a great favor for a starry-eyed little girl. A girl who, quite literally, idolized you to her very soul. Don't. I couldn't ask for a greater honor. How can you tell me that? Than to be erased from the world by you, my idol, and then ask me to kill you? Please, Michelle, be the one to send me off. I can't do it. No matter how many times you ask, I can't kill someone who told me they want to live. I know what it's like to wish for life. I don't know if you realize it yet, Michelle, but this is the first time we've actually met. The story of the fourth door was Morgana creation, which means that, until now, we've never been in the same place while both aware of the other's presence. As far as you should be concerned, I'm a complete stranger, yet still you hesitate. I'm glad that you're reluctant, but you've shown me enough sympathy. I don't consider you a stranger at all. Indeed, this is the first time we've formally met, but I've watched you go through so much. I've seen you live 3 different lives. I've seen the impact you had on people behind all 3 of the doors. You are in no way a stranger. With my erasure, Morgana's soul will eventually become whole again. Her curse and the eternal cycle of agony it brings will be no more. When I'm gone, everything will return to its rightful place. I implore you, do not hesitate any longer. Are there really no other option? Is killing you really the only way to make things right? To release everyone from this curse? I'm delighted to have finally been able to meet you, the man after whom I modeled myself. I am incapable of taking my own life, Michelle. God's teaching prohibits it, and as such, my identity as a saint prevents me from doing so. No, I don't want you to commit suicide. I want to find some way for you to live, to remain a part of this world. I know that by asking this of you, I'm causing you a great heartache, and for that, I offer you my sincerest apologies. But so long as I continue to exist in this world, Morgana can never truly have redemption. Tell me, who is it you've been fighting so hard to save? That doesn't mean that I didn't want to save you too. I believed I could save everyone summoned to the mansion, that no one would have to suffer anymore, that there would be no more tragedy. Michelle, take the sword, please. Worry not, Michelle. Doing this will allow you to save everyone. You'll cast off the darkness inhibiting the house, set all its prisoners free, give Morgana her salvation, and give mine as well. Extinguishing my soul will be my salvation. I've had a full, satisfying life, even if every moment of it was rooted in inequity. I had well beyond my share of happiness. I don't need any more. Oh, Michelle, namesake of the great Archangel Michael and a man of tremendous virtue, I ask of you to please draw the cycle of misfortune to an end, to take this blade and deliver everyone from their fates. It must be you, Michelle. You must be the one to do this. I guess we have no other option. Still, we'll save. Take the sword. It seems like the right option. Thank you, Michelle, for having the strength to do what must be done. And I apologize for putting you in such a difficult position. Once my soul has been erased, I will be gone from this world forever. I will not return, not in this or any other form. I feel no woe in that knowledge, though. I welcome my destruction with the utmost of joy. However, if it wouldn't be too much to ask for you to keep just a little bit of me in a corner of your soul, Michelle, to remember me, to remember the life I lived, that would make it all worthwhile. Oh, God. Thank you, Michelle. You may very well be a genuine... Say it. Say angel, please. So we had no choice. It just had to happen. The whiteness surrounding me evaporates, and I find myself back in the observation tower. I can still feel in my hand the impact of the sword piercing her breast. Ah, damn it. Why couldn't there have been some other way? Erasing a soul is not salvation. God damn it all. She deserved better. So much better than that. No, now is not the time to grieve. There is work to be done. A girl to whom I must offer the chance for salvation. I mustn't cry over the white-haired girl death now. There are things I need to take care of first. Morgana. Oh, there she is. So now her soul should be one. It should be intact. Morgana stands there, staring off absently into the distance. After some time, she slowly turns to face me. What exactly was all that about? Come on, say something. Answer me! Morgana. How? It doesn't make any sense. He and the Lord, they couldn't. There were two different lords. The one at the estate and the one who locked you in the tower. How? What was he doing there? That's not... I didn't. The man I was trying to curse was the Lord who threw the blood Sabbaths. How did I... Are you saying I remember wrong? That's ridiculous. I won't hear it. I won't have it for a second. You were in a very tenuous condition, Morgana. More than even you realize. You can't assume everything you find in that state of mind to be true. Why? Just why? That only makes it that much worse. Why would he do that? How could he kill me? He said it would show me the world. I cried for him. And he turns out to be the one pulling the strings? You saw what led to this. You heard what he had to say for himself. Misunderstanding things that went unresolved. That should have been cleared up immediately. What he did was wrong. Indefensible, as far as I'm concerned. This all could have been avoided if he had told you everything. That said, Morgana, I can somewhat sympathize with how he felt then. You can sympathize with that monster? In what way? He loved you, sincerely loved you. And to be the target of such vitriol from the girl he cared so dearly about, to be mistaken for someone else entirely, I can understand how that would have hurt him. Oh God. It doesn't matter. That doesn't change anything. Like I said before you started all this, it doesn't change anything. Does this revelation change what happened to me? Does it make it any less of a hate-filled witch? Make me any less of a hate-filled witch? What does it matter if it had his reasons? What does it matter if he's not who I thought he was? It doesn't change the fact that I despise him with every fiber of my being. It's time to let go, Morgana. I met with a white-haired girl. I know her true nature. That's not me. You're right. I cannot definitely say that you and the white-haired girl are one and the same. However, I can say with certainty that she was a part of you. A creation of your broken spirit. The fact remains that she was closer to you than anyone else. In every sense of the word. Can you see the situation you're in, Morgana? The terrible, tragic irony of it all? You've cursed yourself along with everyone else. You brought ruin to a life of your own creation numerous times. You murdered yourself. It's time to let go, Morgana. There's only pain to be found in continuing down this road. Morgana. I take a step towards her and she steps back, quietly maintaining her distance. I can almost hear trembling in her voice as she says, "Stay back. You stay away from me. You have nothing to be afraid of, Morgana. I won't hurt you. I say stay back, you. I bet you think this is hilarious, that I'm a blind and a fool. Morgana. Yes, good on you, my dear. You revealed my big secret, that I'm a feeble-minded little girl with a poor memory. You've uncovered the truth of my death, discovered the white-haired girl's true identity. I always presumed she was you. How foolish of me. laughing like I knew anything, cursing the entirely wrong men. Absolutely brilliant, you might say. I've made myself into quite a laughingstock. I'm not going to laugh about your pain, Morgana. I've come to realize that perhaps I empathize with you out of more than just our shared loneliness. We both yoked with unimaginable misfortune, lived our lives in lamentation of our fates. I understand your pain. That boat has long since sailed. You're right, it has. This is a realization I should have come too much sooner. Though you said it wouldn't have mattered, I still should have made an effort to get to know you in life. I feel guilty about how I constantly pushed you away. So, I'd like to make up for that now. I approach Morgana, hands stretched out towards her. She stands there, bewildered, as I place them on her shoulders, pulling her in. Not for my own comfort, as I had so many times before, and not out of some pretend sense of pity for a set pile of bones. I embrace her, and all the pain and loneliness she holds inside. Her body gives off no warmth, and it's as weightless as a skeleton all those many years ago. She, like me, lost so much in life, but unlike me, she had no one there in her final moments. It's alright, Morgana. Everything's okay now. The tale behind the fourth door may have been a fabrication, but the creator's soul is always somewhere to be found in our creation. Knowing the irreversible link between her and the white-haired girl, that's where I'll find what I'm looking for. I'm here for you. You're not alone, Morgana. We can end all this suffering together. It's going to be okay. What's wrong with you? Have you completely lost it? Do I need to remind you of everything I've done? Of all the pain I've caused you? No reminders necessary. You did quite a number on me indeed. Then do you want to tell me how we went from that to you holding me? You didn't do what you did out of particular grudge against me. Of that much I was always certain. So I hold nothing against you. I bear no ill will. Nor, I'm certain, does Giselle. You're much too forgiven. I imagine there's something about having experienced the kind of pain we have that makes it hard to harbor any ill will towards one of our kind. Sure trauma or not, you and that woman really are something. God, there are no words for how much you irritate me. The bite slowly drains from Morgana's voice, and in the quiet, I think I heard a muffled attempt to hold back a whimper. I pull away slightly, putting a hand under her chin and lifting her head. She quickly averted her eyes, but doesn't knock my hands away as I reach them into her hood, gently setting them against her cheeks. I run my finger across the exposed flesh, then slowly pull back the hood, covering her face. Well, look at that. You're quite pretty without your face hidden. I didn't think you were the flattering type. I assure you, I'm not. Go on, touch your cheeks. Oh my! Oh my god! No, this is the girl you were always meant to be. If Morgana had less harrowing life, this is probably what she would have looked like at 16. You know, you look a little like the white-haired girl. We look nothing alike, I can assure you of that. She was the very antithesis of me. But she was also once part of you. The last thing I want is to be like her in any way. And why is that? Because I never liked that girl at all. Always putting others before herself. Just watching her was aggravating. Although, in retrospect, she was everything about myself I deemed unnecessary. So that might explain why it was so hard to watch. Also, I was so sure that she was you, which made it all the more frustrating. Why would her being me bother you so much? Because that wasn't you. Your aggressive, you yell, you fight. Is that how she saw me? How wouldn't it bother me that you came back as a quiet, passive, subservient girl? Of course now I know that it wasn't you, so... You were that sure it was me, despite thinking we were nothing alike? Apparently so. Hold on a second. Why would that bother you? I'll let you figure that one out. Huh? It's not important. So, you've got my attention. What are you planning to do now? To leave the mansion with you. To set everyone free and break the curse. Setting them free will set you free as well. So you want me to release their soul? Exactly. Just so you know, I haven't forgiven them. My hatred isn't going to just vanish like it was nothing. I'll never be able to forgive them completely. But you're right. This has gone on long enough, Morgana. I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore, and it's all your fault. So, sure, I'll release their souls. I'm so glad to hear it. However, I don't want to see them alone. I'm not sure I'll be able to set them free if I have to face them on my own. That won't be a problem. I'll go with you. We'll go see them together. You get to be my guide this time then. Get to take up Giselle's old mantle. That I do. Even if it means taking this hand? You honestly think I have any reservation about that? Yeah, okay, this is quite funny. Actually, after all we've been through, like, this is the least of his worries. God, I swear, you really are the worst. Lead the way, my dear, to where their souls wait. Oh my. This will be interesting. We're actually gonna speak with all of them. And this time with Morgana. So we get to see their souls interacting. Hand in hand, we travel the cursed mansion corridors. The halls overflow with darkness, cut off from the sun and devoid of color. Despite having spent much time in this place, it's never stopped being depressingly gloomy. No one, for any reason, should be left behind in a place like this. We cross through the living room, making our way back to the garden door. The garden, so we're gonna talk with Mel first. There are no children laughing beyond the door, but I can faintly smell flowers. Michelle, what am I supposed to say to them? If nothing comes to mind, you don't have to say anything. I get a feeling they'll have something to say to you though. So if you would, try to hear them out. I'm not looking forward to this. It'll go fine, I promise. Nothing that happens could possibly make things worse than they already are. The only way to go from here is up, so up we go. Let's go then, I suppose. To the rose garden. A hollow breeze brushes through the gray-filled rose garden. The shadow standing there turns towards us. It gradually starts looking more and more like the young man it once was. Morgana? It's okay. We're here to free your soul. Michelle? You forgive me for what I did, Morgana? No, I don't. All this means is that I'm done cursing you. Ah, either way, thank you. I know what I'm doing here now. Or I guess I remember what I'm doing here. I deserve to be cursed after everything I've done to you. It can't have been easy, that's for sure. I'm sorry for all the pain I've caused. What's done is done, I guess. Still, I wasn't lying when I said I want to be friends. I meant it. I really did. I know now why you did what you did, why you sold me out. Some people might say you had no other choice, but as the girl you actually sold out, those words you'll never hear from my lips. Fair enough. Nonetheless, objectively speaking, you too were a victim. Do you not resent me for punishing you in spite of that? Huh? I presume you're now able to recall everything, both your first life and the second one I subjected you to, when the house was called Rose Manor? Yeah. What happened then was the result of my wish. You have every right to despise me. The way I see it, with or without your curse, Nellie still would have had the same feelings for me. It was my fault for being too dense to realize she thought of me as more than a brother. Things would have turned out the way they did regardless. The white-haired girl was the spark that set her off though, and it was because of me that she ended up in that mansion. My wish was to see her life utterly ruined, and in service of that desire, the white-haired girl was born into that era as your half-sister. So I disagree. My curse did play a significant role in your fate. Regardless, I don't feel like it'd been right of me to blame you. Things turned out the way they did because I was weak and ran from the problem instead of facing it. Michelle wouldn't have had to get hurt either. If only I'd been if I had more of a spine. I guess calling her Michelle is kind of confusing with Michelle here, huh? How should I refer to her then? Girl Michelle, maybe? Creativity is not your strong suit, is it? Ah. She wouldn't happen to be around, would she? She has departed from this world. Or perhaps it would be better to say, she returned to her rightful place in it. The girl you knew as Michelle is gone forever. Ah, that's too bad. I was hoping I could apologize to her too. I believe you made your feelings quite clear. Not that she would hold it against you if you didn't apologize. That's simply her nature. Oh, well, Morgana, I'm so sorry for everything. I'm going to free your soul from the bonds of this cursed mansion, after which it should return to its rightful place. Okay. But before that, I've got one last thing I'd like to say to you, Michelle. To me? It was a little hazy, but I did kinda get to see what you were up and just a bit ago. If you hadn't done what you did for me, for Nellie, for Morgana, for everyone, I'm not sure I would have been able to work up the guts to apologize. I'm pretty sure I would have still been convinced I wasn't at fault. Oh. It may not have been real, but your effort wasn't in vain. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, I guess this is goodbye. Farewell, Mel. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You don't have to tell me that he wasn't a bad person. But bad people aren't the only one who do that bad things. That's true, yes. But having a conscience can be a double-edged sword. The regret is so overwhelming you don't want to believe you could do something so awful that some outside force must be to blame. So I hope you're willing to accept at least part of his apology. Lead the way, my dear, to where the next soul waits. The basement, where the beast dwells. This will be an interesting interaction. The Lord is the most interesting one. This is the one I'm most anticipated to. I anticipate the most too, because they actually have more history. But the beast will also be interesting. I kind of want to see what he'll say. Oh, there we go. The staircase leading to the cellar is quiet. The air still. No sounds of flesh being devoured. No stench of blood. Just darkness reaching ever downward. I'm going to have to ask you to go in first this time. I don't mind, but why? I'd rather not be skewered. It'll be fine, I'm sure. I doubt he'll attack. I can't say I'm anywhere near as confident as you. So you get to be my meat shield, should anything go wrong. Nice. So that's what I am to her. We may not have bodies, but we're still capable of feeling pain. You don't have to remind me. I have to say, I'm surprised you actually made it to the top of the tower. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Half and half. Regardless, don't assume you're safe just because you're already dead. If he were to attack and destroy your soul, you would be erased for all eternity. Really? There would be no coming back in any shape or form after any amount of time. Just something to keep in mind. I'm not worried. We shouldn't have any trouble talking to him. If you say so. Then off we go. Let's see, do we have a third jump scare this time? I push open the cellar door. Behind it, a shadow of a man sits on the floor, leaning against a stack of boxes. He slowly rises to his feet upon hearing us enter. And as he does, the blackness dissolves away, revealing the man. I almost didn't recognize you. Your face, it's not how I remember. It's back to normal. I see. So you weren't a witch. You were a pretty human girl. You look a little like the blind girl. No, I do not. Not one bit. If anything, he looks far more like her than I am. White hair, red eyes, they even have the almost the same face. I think comparing her to a large, dour-looking man is a bit disrespectful. Don't pretend you look any more approachable. He's not even half the man you think he is. Was that really necessary, Morgana? That was a low blow. Holy. He is a man. He's indisputably a man. No matter what reason you may have to claim otherwise. Actually, can angel be male or female? Can you please cut it out with the angel things already? So, what brings you two down here? We're here to free your soul. You're forgiving me? Absolutely not. However, I've decided there's no point in punishing you any further. I see. You are, in no uncertain terms, one of the most evil men I have ever encountered. I can hardly argue with that. Should you so desire, I can eradicate you. Morgana, let me finish, Michelle. Instead of letting your soul return, I can erase it. Your existence is a scar on the world. The allure of killing is too strong for you to resist. Even without my curse, you would bring pain and misfortune on others. You're right, and that would probably be for the best. The world would be better off without me. And I know that. I do. But I don't want to disappear. As you wish, then I will release your soul. Before I go, allow me to burn this into my soul. You must resist temptation if you are to blend in. So in my next life, I won't be a killer. I suppose it's worth trying. Do your best. I will. Farewell, Yukimasa, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Farewell, Morgana. Oh, she told him the same thing she said to Mel. He's not the only one who derived pleasure from others' pain. Morgana. It's strange, setting them free. I both feel like a weight's been lifted. And like I'm the greatest villain of them all. Perhaps by forgiving them, you can come to forgive yourself. But if I forgive them, what does that make everything I've done up until now? No, the first step towards moving on. Could you forgive those who wronged you then? The woman who tormented you? Your brother who made a mockery of you? Your eldest brother who took your life? Your mother so unwilling to accept you, she burned you at the stake? The villager who falsely accused you of being a witch? Your father who raped the woman you loved? Could you forgive them? If they were willing to repent? And if they weren't? What if they showed up intent on causing you more pain than I suppose I'm not acting much better than any of them right now. Let's go. We have one more soul to free.
Oh.
That was an interesting question she actually said there, like she actually asked. I really wonder how this one's gonna go. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Question mark? Is Giselle really there with you? Well, she's been gone for quite some time, because I can't sense her at all. If she were in the mansion, I would know, but I can't feel her presence anywhere. Be honest with me, you can't feel her either, can you? Are you sure her soul hasn't extinguished? She's here, I'm certain of it. Lost, somewhere deep in the mansion darkness. Once we've purged that darkness, she should be free to return. I have faith in her. I see. Well, I'm not sure how much this means coming from me, but I hope you see her again. I will, and thank you. I'm actually rather fond of her, Giselle. Although, I suppose it's hard not to get a little attached to someone you've spent several hundred years with. Just attached? Giselle, she's fairly fond of you herself. I can only hope. Now we go to the lounging room, where the pool table is, and there we'll find Jacopo. The smell of cigarette smoke seeps through the cracks in the den door. It's perfectly quiet behind it, however. No chatter or clacking of billiard ball. Morgana appears slightly reluctant to step through that door, or perhaps she's tense? Shall we? Her hand in mine, I push open the door. Okay, Jacopo time. A shadow is perched on the end of a dark green rectangular table. He freezes for a moment when he hears us enter, quickly finding his composure and marching towards us, determination in his step. The shadow dissolves, revealing the man. Morgana. Your face, it healed. It did. It's been a long time coming. And would you look at that, not a letdown. Was it him that healed you? Yes, it was him. Well, I was always hoping I'd be the one to have the honor. You lost that qualification when you... Yeah, I know. I'm the one who made you into the witch. The one who killed you. I don't expect or deserve your forgiveness. I still like a chance to make amends in any way you wish, even if it means being cursed for all eternity. I'm here to release your soul. Once that's done, that's it for me. No curses, no forgivenesses, nothing. Huh. So you're cutting ties completely. Damn. Truthfully, I had no idea how you felt about me. But that ship sailed long ago. Far, far too long ago. I know. Nothing can change how I feel about you. Not anymore. I bet. I'm going to release your soul now. Could you hold off on that a moment? I don't expect you to reciprocate or even accept. But if I don't put my feelings into words, I'll never get them through to you. I think that's how she put it, anyway. So I ask you for this one last chance to put them into words. Morgana, fine. The girl with the white hair, my wife. Michelle? What of her? Something about that name always felt off to me. I could never shake the feeling that calling her that was somehow wrong. When I first saw her, first saw that smile, I was dead certain that she was what had always been missing from my life. Yeah, I remember he said that I had finally found what I was searching for. And now I know why. Because I felt you in her. The memories of you ingrained on my soul. You should know better than anyone that we're nothing alike. That girl wouldn't say anything remotely impolite even if you held a knife to her throat. You're right, you're nothing alike. But you've both got this aura about you that drew me in. Your soul's aura. I loved you dearly, Morgana. I've got no right to ask anything of you, I know. But could you maybe smile for me? Just once is all I ask. I can't do it. I know I should. That it would let us end things on a nice note. But I can't force myself to smile. It wouldn't be fair. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for putting you in that position. I've said my piece. I'm ready now. Okay. Very well then. Farewell, Jacopo. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You couldn't have done anything more for him? Such as? I won't deny that my feelings about him are complicated, but the things he did to me, they eclipse all that. Merely learning the truth, hearing how he felt, is nowhere near enough to erase that. Couldn't you at least put a little hope in your next life? That maybe you two could try again? No, I can't. I don't want to encounter him again, ever. Then, if nothing else, could you try not to forget what he did save you once? I suppose. Though my salvation, Michelle, was not ultimately at his hands. I was watching to the very end. It may all have been an illusion constructed from the memories of everyone's soul. But that didn't make your action any less real. The things you said to me, your earnest desperation. Learning the truth is only partially why I decided to release their souls. The biggest reason, however, was seeing how far you went for me. If you hadn't been there for my death, if you hadn't done what you did, then I would not have freed them. Nonetheless, it is unfair of me to wish you'd shown him a smile instead. Morgana? Well, that's the last of them. Shall we be off now? The front door should open, now that I'm not willing it closed any longer. Shall we take our leave of this house? Okay, let's save. I guess there's one more stop to make. We need to find Giselle. There's still one more soul that needs releasing. Be my guide. Still holding Morgana's hand, I make my way to the wall where the landscape painting hangs. Oh, right. Totally forgot about the painting. Landscape painting. Wait, you told me to come back if I ever figured out your name. Georges. Oh my god, I knew it was... Oh my god, I want to say that because he sent him the drawing. I remember that from the story. Hey, I'm Michelle. Hello. How you figured out it was me? Of course I'd recognize my own brother. Wow, what is he doing here? Well, granted, I didn't recognize you at first. It's not every day your big bro winds up as a painting, huh? It came as quite a surprise when I finally made up the connection. I'll bet it did. Hold on a minute. You two are brothers? I assumed you knew. Oh, hello there. Quite the companion you've got there, Michelle. So what brings you two to my little corner of the house? I've decided I'm going to extinguish the mansion. Oh, really? Well, isn't that something? You act like I just told you what what I'm having for supper. This place is going to disappear. Forever. Well, yeah, sure, but what brought about this? I've lost interest in cursing them. Ah, no, that's some good news. You seem to get along surprisingly well with her. Time out the hoo-ha and nobody else to talk to will do that to you. Not that she ever gave me the time of day much. You expect me to stand here and listen to you yammer on for hours on end? The only thing you're good for is tossing rubbish into. Wait, so she was the one who put the master bedroom key in the painting? That she was. Just tossed her right on in without even asking. Why would you get rid of the key to my room? I had no use for it, and being at that room always made me uncomfortable. It has this terrible warmth to it. I couldn't stand it. Ah, sure glad she only tossed the key though. Would have been bad if she'd thrown me out with it. I didn't see the need. I did find it curious there was a soul here I hadn't summoned, but you were ultimately harmless. So I simply pretended you weren't there. So she ignored him for hundreds of years. I understand now what you meant, Michelle, when you said this world didn't belong only to me. Your brother was able to find his way here, because it's a place deeply bound to your soul. I'm no expert on none of the spiritual stuff. All I know is, one day, I was just here. And full of regret. So if I had to guess, I'd say probably ended up here because I wanted to be somewhere I could feel you, Michelle. Georges, would you be so kind as to let me apologize? I know quite well how sorry you are, and you've already apologized once besides. I went years not seeing you, not hearing from you, not having any idea what you thought about me. So when I got that painting, it was a huge blow to me emotionally. But talking to you again has reminded me of what kind of a person you really are, Georges. You didn't mean to hurt me. No. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. Mom said paint it, so I painted it. And when she told me she sent it off to you, I didn't really think anything of it. It never even crossed my mind about how you felt out there all alone. The kind of pain you were going through just because of the way you were born. When you're not the one on the receiving end, it's easy to be completely blind to your own actions. It never even occurred to me that we'd essentially exiled you, Michelle. Not until it was all over. Really, all I can say is sorry you got stuck with such a dope for a brother. All I had to do was think about it for 2 seconds and I would have realized what we were doing. And you know, at the time I thought, what's the matter if you're a guy or a girl? You're still you. But I was wrong. It's not that simple. I can only imagine someone coming up to me one day and saying, nah, you're actually a girl. And everyone I care about suddenly not wanting anything to do with me. What a drag that'd be. I'm really sorry, bro. It's okay, Georges. I forgive you. Thanks. I wanted so badly to see you and Didier again, Georges. And while I didn't get that chance in life, I'm still glad to have the opportunity to talk to you now. To hear the things you never got to say. It pains me to see you reduced to this form. But knowing that's the result of overwhelming regret, that you were just that desperate to find me again, it warms my heart. Uh-oh, what on earth was that? Me trying my damnedest not to burst into tears? I don't think it worked very well though. Does the canvas look wet? Could you fill it for me? I think I'll pass. Not feeling up for any brotherly love? Honestly, I'm relieved to see you're still the same Georges I always knew. Huh. Changing ain't really my thing after all. I suppose it isn't. This doesn't sit right with me. What? Why not? You're letting him off the hook far too easily, Michelle. I know very well just how much pain that painting caused you. It might as well have been what resurrected me. I've moved past that though. Make him pay for what he did. Scribble on him. Do what? Squall your anger all over that ridiculous painting. But I'm not angry. Now that's a damn fine idea if I ever heard one. You most definitely need to make me pay, Michelle. Georges, go on, hit me with everything you got, scribble away. Even if I wanted to, I have nothing to draw with. Just use your finger and I'll trace it out for you. Come on, what are you waiting for? He really wants me to draw on him, doesn't he? He more than deserves it, Michelle. Bring it on, Michelle. This conversation got bizarre fast. Okay, I'll draw on you. With a family? With a cat? Now that is downright ghastly. What? You might actually have potential, Michelle. Voodoo dolls are the last thing I expected from 4 of them at that. And the demonic being alongside them. Oh, God. Oh, I can just feel your burning rancor, Michelle. That's not what I drew at all. 4 voodoo doll and a demonic being. A hellspawn. What? Then what is it? It's not important. It's the 4 of them and ugly speckles. Now that's finished, I think it's time we all took our leave. Let's take a moment to actually look at this picture again. I assume that's Michelle, his brother, and Morgana, maybe? And Mr. Ugly Speckles? Oh, I can come too? Well, I might need a little help with that, Michelle. As you see, walking ain't one of my talents. That's alright, I'll carry you. Careful taking me off my hook. By all means, feel free to drop him, Michelle. So where's Giselle? I must say, that is rather amusing sight. It's definitely not every day you get to see a full-grown man turn painting being hauled down a spooky hole by his little bro, Georges. It does make me wonder though, are you two really brothers? I have a hard time believing you share even a drop of blood with this obnoxious lout, Michelle. We are brothers, right, Georges? Whoa, don't start questioning it too, Michelle. We are absolutely positively 100% brothers. She has a good point though. We don't even look that much alike. No shocking family plot twist here. I've known you since you were a baby, Michelle. Maybe you were secretly illegitimate, Georges, not me. You're not going to let go of this, are you? Huh, I'm just playing with you. Oh my god, you just laughed. Yes? What? I didn't get to see it. What was it like? Give me all the details. An ordinary laugh. Is the world ending? It's not a big deal. I laugh just like everyone else. No, you certainly do not. Nope, you definitely don't. Well, so much for my tearful reunion with the brother I always knew and loved. Anyway, since we're breaking character here, how about one from our favorite witch too? And no cackling, that doesn't count. Excuse me? Why would you want me to? Because every time I've seen you smile, it's never been about anything good. Plus, now that you got your face back, you're actually quite the looker. Go on, give me a big old grin. Not happening. Come on. Okay, fine. If you don't want to do it for me, pretend it's for Michelle. What? What do I have to do with anything? You can do it for old Michelle, can't you? Show him those pearly whites, girly. Man, I love Georges. I missed him. Oh, if you insist, I suppose I can smile for Michelle, but only him. Excuse me? What was that supposed to be, my voice? Because I do not sound anything like that. Ha! Look at you, all puff in your cheeks and red in the face. Georges, try not to tease her too much. I don't know how anyone can stand you. It's like every word that comes out of your mouth exists solely to ruin the mood. You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to lighten up a bit. This is the end of a long journey, but it doesn't mean we have to make it somber and uptight affair. I am genuinely not sure how I feel about you, the most somberly uptight man I know, telling me to lighten up. She's got a point, but I'm not that bad, am I? Anyway, shall we be off now? That we shall. The witch and her brand of merry men departs. I'm not sure if one person and talking and painting constitutes a band. Giselle, I know we'll find each other again. I have faith we will. We'll cast away this mentioned darkness, and then I'll wait your return, no matter how long it takes. Yes, I think it's time we took our leave. Having finished what we set out to do, and retrieved George's as well, we make our way to the mansion entrance hall. The large door stands there, firmly shut, holding in the darkness as it has for countless generations. But that time is almost at an end. The door ready to be opened, to end the cycle and begin anew. Being a painting for all these years, I never realized just how big a place this was. All I ever got to see was a hallway and maybe a couple of doors. I mean, talk about dull, you know? Feel like I'm on an adventure exploring a whole new world. A very, very dark world. Michelle, would you mind shutting him up? If only it were that simple. Can you blame me for being talkative? It was a lonely life. That would be fine if you had any concept of the appropriate time and a place to be chatty. Are you aware of where we are right now? The entrance, by the looks of things. Precisely. The end to a centuries-long act of vengeance is but a few feet beyond that door. And you're chatting away like it's another day at the court. Try to maintain at least a semblance of gravity, if you would. I'm starting to notice you're rather ceremonious, aren't you, Morgana? This is the day to be celebrated. This is a day to be celebrated, not to be all stiff and no fun allowed. Are you not all at all worried? There's no guarantee any hope lies beyond that door. After all, when dimension disappears, so too will we. And that is the rightful state of things. Our present forms may cease to exist, but our souls will live on. And so long as they do, we will eventually return to the world. Let us press onward, not fear a temporary end. Well said, Michelle. If I had feet, you would have just swept me right off them. Georges, I'm beginning to wonder what would happen if I threw you at the wall. Now, let's not do anything hasty. Oh, for God's sake. You're the guide. So let's go then, shall we? Morgana's right. There's a severe lack of gravity to the affair. But thanks to George's lackadaisical nature, whatever fear I had is gone as well. His ever-playful interaction brings me back to when I was alive. To when it was me and my two brothers. Fond memories of the time we had together. Of the admiration I had for them. Of me chasing after them. Nothing could possibly replace those days, and I'm glad I had a chance to reflect on them. If briefly before the end. I take a few steps forward, stopping just in front of the door, and Morgana steps up beside me. I envision the light that lies beyond it, radiant and white, waiting to rip through the darkness. The light we seek, that we long sought. I take a deep breath, look up at the door, place my hand on its hard surface, and push it open, welcoming the future it holds. Wow. Burn the witch? What? Oh, no. Crucify the impure. We take one step back, then another. What we found outside is not a blinding realm of light, but churning blackness and the stench of blood and rust. Metal clanks, growing louder with each heavy footstep of the approaching night. What the? Oh my god, Didier. Holy, what the? Oh my days, dude, this... Wow, this picture is badass, but holy, it's Didier and he's looking like a demon. Death to the unholy. 3 days and 3 nights hanged upon the cross, purified by the fires of of heaven. Death. What's going on? I never summoned this thing. Even though we were no longer holding hands, I can feel Morgana trembling. She's no longer the witch, the once absolute ruler of this domain, by the frightened young girl. Placing my arm around her shoulders, and pulling her in, I stare, half dumbfounded at the knight. It is our holy duty, as knights of the church, to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. The knight draws nearer and nearer, its movement sluggish but constant. Didier. Wait, for real? Crucify the witch. Cast judgment upon the demon. The word witch, coming from the delirious vengeful phantom mouth, proves far more distressful for Morgana than me. Whoa, hold on. What's D doing here? Please, come to your senses, Didier. I know it's you. Judgment, crucifixion, execution. No, I'm not a witch. The knight is partially occluded by the dark, writing miasma enveloping him, but he bears the same muscular build as Didier I knew in life, and he's unwaveringly determined to see us executed. Didier, this is not how I'd hoped our reunion would go, Didier. Why, after so long, is this how the three of us find each other again? Images flashes through my mind. The day I left the Bollinger estate, when Didier promised me we would one day meet again. Them each giving me a hug before I climbed into the carriage. First Didier, then Georges. Is this my fault? Is he here because I wish to be reunited with my brothers? Is this the way fate chose to grant that wish? Burn the witch. Ah, well look at that. Guess I'm not your only blockheaded brother, huh? Georges. Before you get any bright ideas, Michelle, it's not your fault our long-awaited family reunion didn't quite go as planned. Just like me, D cursed himself. Only it seems his was a whole lot more powerful. I bet he felt so much regret after doing that. Wow, that's actually incredible. He probably was filled with so much despair he turned into this. God, I literally didn't pay a lick of attention to either of you, did I? The unclean witch must be purified from this world. It is my duty. Hey D, are you in there? I shoved a whole lot of crap onto your plate. Keeping up the family name, taking care of Mom, just about everything I could leave you to, I did. I must uphold the honor of the family name. And then, when it was all over, I blamed you for killing our little brother. I was convinced that you could do anything, that you were stronger than anyone. Crucify the witch. I'm sorry, D. He continues his plodding march forward, seemingly unaffected. It's impossible to tell if George's words are getting through to him. Stop, Didier, please. And my words don't seem to be either. Didier. He's closing in on us and we're running out of space to retreat. Alright, D, if that's how it's gotta be. But just this once, okay? The knight takes another heavy, merciless steps towards us. The exit's right there, but we're backed up against the wall. The end was almost within our grasp, yet it seems so hopelessly far away now. Please, Didier, don't do this. I know you don't actually want to hurt anyone. Didier. The knight raises his sword, thrusting it forward with a sharp whoosh. Death! But then, breaking free from my grasp, the painting lips into the air. I'm really sorry. You got stuck with a pair of those for brothers. George's. The next second, my eldest brother Blade pierces George's. Oh my god, George's! George's! His form wavers momentarily before fading into the darkness, his voice lingering behind. Don't worry about me, Michelle. I got my share of redemption already. I know we can be a bit of a pain, but do for D what you did for me, would you? Now go on. Call out to him. Suck in a big old breath and call out to your brother with everything you got. Georges. We need to reach to Didier. We need to tell him we forgive him. It is my duty to punish the impure. to uphold the Bollinger name. Didier, despite having already stabbed Georges, the knight continues his march, blade pointed straight at me. I clench my teeth and glare at my eldest brother. Running is out of the question. This doesn't have to go on any longer. It is my duty as the eldest son. You deserve to be freed from your bonds as well. Be gone from this world. Didier! I shouted his name with every ounce of air in my lungs. His eyes go wide, and his blade swerves off course, missing my heart. Ah! And piercing my gut instead. Didier, it's okay. You can let go now. It's not your responsibility anymore. You have no duty to anything anymore. Didier, I reach a hand out for my brother. Blood spills from the hole in my abdomen in rhythmic spurts, and I can feel something hot rising in my throat. But that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop my hand crawling through the air towards him. He's my brother. I have to do whatever I can for him. Free him. Bring him back. Didier, there's nothing here in need of your judgment. With shaking finger, I clasp my brother's arm. I squeeze, holding on with that vigor remains, and give another shout. Look me in the eyes, Didier. Please. Hear my voice. Hear your brother's voice. I can't stand to lose anyone else. If you don't come to your senses, then George's sacrifice will have been in vain. It's time for you to break free. For all three of us to be free of the curses we placed on ourselves. Didier, please. I hear a sound that's somewhere between a grunt and a gasp. My vision's gone blurry, so I blink hard several times, clearing my eyes to get a better look at him. Didier, I see his face, twisted in anguish. Michel? Didier. Oh, thank goodness you heard my voice. Did I do this to you, Michel? It's nothing. I've made the same terrible mistakes once more. Didier, I caused you harm, attempted to take your life. It's all right, Didier. Michel, release yourself from the chains that bind you. But those aren't your duties anymore. You don't have to protect the family name or uphold the order standard. You can do as you wish. Punish me for my wrongdoing. Please, Michel, punish me. Didier, cast judgment upon me. It's all in the past. Judgment is not necessary for anyone. That doesn't change what I did. I killed you. I hanged you from a cross. I must be made to pay for my sins. Punish me, Michel. I implore you. Didier, I think I know now why you never removed your helm that day. Why you remained silent for the whole ordeal. Michel, you were crying, weren't you? Weeping. For me. Your tears are atonement enough for me. Michel, you bore a great deal of responsibility in life. As the Bollinger firstborn, you were obligated to protect the family honor, and as a knight of the church, you are tasked with the duty of my execution. You had no other choice. I sincerely believe there was nothing else you could have done. I bear no grudge against you, no resentment for the decision you were forced to make, and I certainly don't curse you. Let's just forget it all. It's long over and done. Still, it was a mistake I should have never should have made. I took the life of the purest soul I know. There's no honor in that. Didier, I put protecting the family name above protecting my actual family. You trusted me. You believed in me to the very end, and I killed you. I knew what I was doing. I knew you weren't cursed. I knew you weren't a witch. I knew you weren't a demon child. You were never unclean. You're my brother, your family. And I robbed you of your life There's no one in this world more unfit to be a knight than me. You don't have to be a knight anymore. You don't have to be the boiling your firstborn son. Deciding not to wear those labels won't make you any less the brother I always loved. I'm honored to have been born into the same family as you. Sure. There's something I never had a chance to tell you, Didier. All my life, I looked up to you, admired you, and I still do, even now. If there's a next life waiting for us, I hope we can be brothers again, Didier. Oh, goddammit, why am I starting to cry again? Oh, Lord. It's happening again. The tears are coming back. Would you mind if I wish for that? No, of course not. Please do. And I hope you allow me to wish for the same. I love you, Michelle. My dear little brother. Oh, goddammit. It's too good. Upon those words, Didier phantoms begin fading away. A white mist that almost looks like it's made of undulging particles of light rises up around him. And before he's completely enveloped, I catch a glimpse of the tears streaking his cheeks. It's the first time I ever seen him crying. I attempt to give him a smile in return. But if I were to guess, I'd say it probably looks rather forced. The fact that I'm fighting back tears at the same time certainly isn't doing anything to make it convincing. Damn. It's too good. It's too good. Before he's completely faded away, I wrap my arms around my brother's shoulders, much like he did for me on the day of my exile. Not as an eternal farewell, but as a promise that we'll meet again. Didier, Georges, right now in this moment, I have no regrets about having been born a Bourlingier. All I have is great pride. So I pray that one day, be it 10 or 1,000 years from now, the three of us can be reunited. I've got a number of things running through my mind right now. Morgana. I'm just not sure how to put any of it into words. Don't worry, those words say everything. You can cry if you want. I won't mock you, I promise. No, I won't cry. I'll save my tears for our reunion. Oh, that painting. It didn't have to get itself destroyed. He'll be fine, I'm sure. I have faith. And as you know quite well, wishes do come true. Would you mind giving me a hand, Morgana? I'm going to need a little help getting back up. After a moment's pause, she hesitantly extends her fleshless hand. I clasp the bones and with her aid pull myself to my feet. Blood spurts from my gut as I do. There's not much in the way of pain, strangely, only creeping exhaustion. I feel like my legs will give out if I so much as give them a chance. Leaning on Morgana, we make our way back to the entrance. You're not going to disappear, are you? Don't worry, Morgana. I won't disappear. Alright, let's open the door. Together. Bring light into this world of darkness. Move forward. Start anew. Brighter. Let's... I take in a deep breath. I look up at the door. My eyes on the future. It's time to open the door. Not to an ending, but the door to a new beginning. It's happening. After all this time. May the world that awaits us be filled with light. Oh my god. Finally. Immersed in near blinding light, we press onward. It's white in all direction, not the tiniest speck of color to contaminate it. In fact, the concept of direction doesn't seem to exist in this world. Only pure, never-ending white. Actually, no. That's not right now that I consider it. I was thinking of white as an absence of color. But white, the color, fills this plane. She just stand there. It's all disappearing. We made the right choice, didn't we? Yes, this is how it is meant to be. You're a rather impressive man, I hope you realized. Not only did you free 3 trapped souls, you also saved your brother. I didn't do any of that alone. Without help, I doubt I would have made it this far. I would have shattered yet again until nothing was left. And Giselle gave you that strength. She did. So what? Are you going to wait here for her? I am. In that condition? I won't let myself disappear before she made it back. Do you remember the warning I gave you in the mansion? About how, if a soul damaged and destroyed, it's wholly and utterly erased from existence? Never to return in any shape or form? If you lose much more blood, that's what will happen to you. You'll be erased forever. Don't worry, I won't let that happen. You push yourself too hard, Michelle. I feel like you're hurt in some way almost every time I see you. Yeah. Though I suppose about half of it would be my doing. You may have caused me some pain, but I also wouldn't be here without you. What? I mean it, if you say so. Besides, I've practically only ever seen you hurt too. I suppose so. Whatever form your soul may assume in your next life, I'll be praying there are far less pain for you in it. This is why I'll never get along with you. Always concerned about others. Can I ask you something? If you were to be born again, would you want to be in a fully male body? That's what I always wanted. So, yes, I would. In your next life, if you have one, do you want to see Giselle again? Absolutely I do. And what if you could only have one or the other? Which would you choose? Do you even need to ask? No, I suppose not. You know, I'm neither a witch nor a saint, just an ordinary powerless soul now. So my wishes aren't likely to cause any more miracles. But I think I'll wish for something anyway. For what? Not telling. Genuine smile. Oh my god. Let's capture this moment. An actual genuine smile from Morgana herself. Well, I'll be off then. Alright. I didn't think it would be so difficult to come up with parting words. You can say whatever you like. The first thing that comes to your mind is fine. Okay, then I'll say to you the same thing I said to them. Farewell, Michelle, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Farewell, indeed. If, however, if by some infinitesimally low chance we do happen to meet again, would you be my friend? Morgana. Absolutely, I wouldn't want any other way. I'm not a nice person, you know. I'm nothing like the white-haired girl. I'm sure to be off-putting and rude. To cause you much grief and pain. Don't worry. I'm resilient enough to handle a little pain without pulling away. You're fine as you are. You don't need to change. So let's meet up in our next lives and become good friends. Not good friends and not acquaintances either. Just plain friends, understood? Understood. Hehe. I'm rather looking forward to it. Now, this is goodbye for real. So I suppose I'll part with some uncharacteristic honesty. I'm glad to have had you in my life, Michelle. And thank you for everything. Morgana. Farewell. until our souls cross paths once more. It's too good. It's too good. It's so quiet, so unbelievably desolate. Giselle, you endured centuries waiting for me to return. I'll wait right here for as long as I must. Oh wow. Dimension is fading. Wow, all the memories, everything just fade away into pure white. It's so good. It is so good. It is actually too good. I can feel the mansion, that gathering place for the departed, fading away. I did it, Giselle. I broke the curse. I cast off the darkness. I saved Morgana and all the other souls trapped there. I couldn't have done it without you. I miss you, Giselle. All I want is to see your face, to hear your voice, feel your warmth, tell you how much I love your smile. Really hope we can do that. The whole way. So many memories are coming back to me from where I just started this game. And it's all over now. That is crazy. What a ride this was. So many good stories, so many to explore. Just too good. I almost feel like I was part of this mention as well. That's just how good of a game this is. Where are you, Giselle? I know I said I wouldn't let myself disappear until you came back, and I'm wishing with all my might for my body to hold out, but it doesn't seem to be working very well. I'm coming to realize as I grow weaker that the will of one man is nothing in the face of the will of the universe. Where are you, Giselle? I can't see you anywhere. The fireplace. And everything is gone. I wonder. Oh. The den. Oh my. Everything. Giselle, please. I can see the right through my hands, Giselle. My lower body is already gone, and the rest of it is following. I hope you'll still be able to find me, even without a body. The door. That should be it. Wow. Oh boy. I'm about to cry again. I've lost my voice now, Giselle. I don't have much left to lose. I'm dissolving into the light. Say my name, Giselle. I want to hear you say my name. I'm here, waiting for you. Now the observation tower is the last spot that needs to vanish. Oh, wow. So many memories. Can't believe we've been all through that. Oh, the library. It's crazy. And this was a journey. This was a journey. Where are you, Giselle? Am I making it through to you, even a little? I need you. I can't allow myself to disappear until you're returned. Wow, there were many rooms now that I actually realized that. We went through all of that. That is crazy just to look back at all we've been through. Every room tells a story. That is amazing. Just starting to remember. It's incredible. Giselle. Please show up, Giselle. I can't take it any longer. Please. I wish she showed up. She'd show up. The Archangel. It's been really great. Oh, man. I'm gonna be so sad when this game is over. It's been a while since I've read such a good story. Oh my, why everything is black. Oh, Michelle. She found us. Oh my. There she is. Finally. I finally found you. I'm sorry it took so long. Oh, not this music, man. No, I'm gonna cry. God, not this music. Don't worry, Michelle. I know that's you. I'll always be able to recognize you, no matter what. You don't have to be afraid. I wouldn't have made it out if it weren't for you, Michelle. A ray of light reached deep into the darkness, all the way down to where I was lost. It was a light more radiant than anything I've ever seen. So much so I couldn't hold back my tears. You fought so very hard. Your broke dimension's curse released it from the darkness. I was right about you. You are strong, immeasurably so. Can you hear me there, Michelle? I'm sorry for keeping you waiting so long, for letting you deteriorate like this. But thank you. Thank you for waiting. Now it's time for us to return back to our rightful places. So please, Michelle, don't disappear on me. Don't let your soul flame to be extinguished. I beg you, keep holding on. There's still so much I need to tell you. I want you to hear your voice. I want you to feel your arms around me once more. I don't care when, as long as I can have that someday. So that means I need you not to disappear on me. Michelle. Michelle. I wonder if we are going to be reborn. I believe in you, Michelle. I believe you're still there, that you're still holding on. So I ask that one day you'll come and take my hand again. Oh my god. Wait, that's it? No way. Wow, I really hope there will be an epilogue or something. The house in Fata Morgana. Well, maybe there still is. Michelle Bollinger, age of death 27. Giselle 21. Morgana 16. Jacopo Berzetti 26 and 67. Yukimasa Aida. I didn't believe we have his last name before. Staff 25. Mel Rhodes 17 and 24. So Yukimasa was the one that didn't die in the second story, I guess? Or it's just the same age. Maria, age of death 24. Wow. Nellie Rose, age of death. I wonder, how will this end? Surely there's gonna be after this. Pretty sure this isn't the end yet. Didier Boilinger, age of death 37. Georges died at 42. Wow. Seeing all of these names, I realized how many stories we'll listen to. It's been so long. So long. We've seen so much. We've experienced so much. We've met so many different people. It's actually just... wow. Seeing all of this. Okay? Oh my god. In modern times, really? Flaxen-haired boy. No way. No, no, dude. Don't tell me. It's what I think it is. Hello? Anybody in there? Class is about to start, and last I checked, the teacher never came in through the window. Alright, just a second. You've been doing that a lot lately, just staring out the window. You watching for something, or just spacing out? There's this girl who usually out there around this time every day. Right over there. See her? That one? Looks like she go to the junior high a few streets down. That's what I thought. But I look at her hair. That flaxen color. It's almost the exact same color as mine. I can't get her out of my mind. Oh, really? If you were that interested, why not go have a chat sometime? I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Obviously, you gotta go with some old classics. Hey baby, wanna get some ice cream and hang out? Dude, that sounds like a great way to get slapped. I'm not trying to pick her up. You're lying to yourself, man. No, I don't know. Like, I'm curious, that's all. And I'm curious what makes your head work. Cause it sure ain't what everyone else runs on. Now, get moving. It's almost time for class. Wait, I'm coming. I wonder what her name is. That is... flaxen-haired girl. Hey, did you hear about the new ice cream shop that just opened up down by the bus stop? I did. And I hear their mint is super good too. Now I want to try it. What do you say? Want to go check it out? Let's go. I know why I was just paused there. Get some of that mint with a big old pile of chocolate chips on top. Ooh, I know. I'll get a double scoop. That sounds amazing. I'm going to get a double too. I bet the line's going to be crazy. We'd better get going or... what is it? There's a cute boy who goes to that school there, and I think we just locked eyes for a second. Oh, what he looks like? A prince! Oh my god, a prince. Seriously. Don't you be making fun of princes now. You're not 9, you're 14, and you still haven't grown out of your fairy tale phase. Like, oh my god. Wow, okay. They actually reincarnated, not as family, so they can be together. That is interesting take. The base take, for sure. Just you wait, one of these days I'll meet a real prince, and then you won't be laughing anymore. Like you'd ever be able to get a real prince's attention. Hey, that's not very nice. Jerk, bloodhead, meanie. It's so funny how quickly we went from like ancient times, like medieval era, to the modern time, and seeing them talk like this, it's like super hilarious. It just feels so inconsistent, but it's funny. Like it works. It works. Come on, let's get going. Oh, fine. I'll show you one day. That is my prince. Oh man. Finally, some good ending. Men, we couldn't be luckier to have talented engineer like yourself assigned to our branch. You give me too much credit, sir. Black-haired man. Is that Yukimasa? You don't give yourself enough credit. I've seen your record and you come highly recommended from HQ. I've got high hopes for you. The higher your hopes, the greater the fallout when I make a mistake, which frightens me. Ha, you call a mistake? What you call a mistake, we generally refer to as a great accomplishment. I don't think I ever met anyone as close to the perfect human being as you. Damn, he's really complimenting him. I'm far, far from perfect. You Japanese are a humble lot, aren't you? Oh, so now, yeah, obviously he's been reincarnated as a Japanese and this happens in different state? What is it? I thought I saw a woman I recognized. We got a lot of tourists from your parts of the world around here. She's not Japanese. No, I must have been imagining it. This is my first time in France, after all. Oh, so they're in France. Yeah, so makes sense. The art museum. Black-haired woman, blonde-haired woman, shopping. How can you take a vacation to France and not want to see the art? We were there all day yesterday, and you agreed before we left today would be shopping day. That was before I realized just how big it was, just how many beautiful paintings they had on display. There's no way one day is enough to see it all. One whole day of my vacation bored out of my skull. Not like you can eat this stuff, so what's good in it anyway? This is Maria, right? The blonde haired woman. Please, how about this? We go to a different museum, just no art this time. Oh, what kind of museum if you don't want to look at art? A torture museum. I think I hate you. Line up. You're telling me you don't want to see centuries of torture devices from all around the world? Absolutely not. Then we stick to the plan and go shopping. Oh, have it your way. But you didn't have to be so... Watch out behind you. What? Ah! God damn it, that hurt. Sorry. Learn to watch where you're walking, why don't you? And if you're so desperate to make a damn ruckus, go find a cafe somewhere out of the way. Well, excuse me. I apologized, didn't I? No need to be such a dickwad. Dickwad. Have you ever heard of talking, or is yelling the only thing you're capable of? This is why I can't stand tourists. Have some damn consideration for the people who aren't here just to fool around. For the love of God. The hell got your pennies in a... And he's gone. That sure was something. Something is right. An insufferable asshole, more like. Burn in hell, motherfucker. Yeah, that's definitely her. That's definitely Maria. Who's the black-haired woman, though? Is this Pauline, I assume? That said, I feel like you've seen him somewhere before. Oh, so the man was Yukimasa? No, it's just your imagination. Oh, wow. We actually seen cars. I think this is a real life picture that they just like faded it. It looks real. You there, the paper. Wavy haired man. Good lord, the stock market is a damn mess. Yeah, that's Jacopo. What a nightmare. The tourists don't even know how to shut up. The French are a bunch of stock-up snobs. Wait, so they're all in France? That is funny. That they all end up being French or like tourists. I guess that's one way to reincarnate. The pizza's awful. Nobody knows how to make spaghetti. Yeah, that is my Italian Jacopo. Maybe I should just pack up my bags and forget it all. What the hell is this? An article about a human voice? Scientists are studying the effect of certain frequencies in the human voice have on the brain. Keep this mumbo jumbo out of the paper, my god. Save it for someone, a paranormal of science magazine. Back to the stock page. Ah, damn it, the wind got my hat. What is wrong with today? I believe this is yours. Yeah, thank you. The pleasure is mine. Have a nice... Hold on a second. Yes? First off, before I say anything, I'm not trying to hit on you. Don't get the wrong idea. Huh? Now, have we met before? We have, yes. When and where? A long, long time ago. Much too long for you to remember. Excuse me? Our path crossed in a mansion many, many years ago. Whoa. I'm glad to see that you haven't changed a bit. I'm not particularly in the mood for jokes and supernatural nonsense today. I am quite serious. So this is Morgana, right? One more question. Do we have any shared acquaintances? We do, yes. Though I could say whether she is here or not. Oh, so it's not Morgana? Hopefully you have the chance to cross paths with her. I too am looking for someone. So this is Giselle. Have a good day, sir. Yeah, goodbye. Wait, so Giselle have her memories? There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. Over the years, they're growing gradually more distinct. And now, at the age of 21, yeah, this is Giselle, I remember everything. Were I to tell this to anyone, they would think me mad. So I've kept it to myself my whole life. I remember many ages ago, There was a mansion. There I met and lost someone dear to me. There I waited for him to return. I remember all the centuries I spent waiting, and I remember he almost lost his soul trying to save me. I am, once again, waiting for him. I'm making my way to where that mansion once stood. A single red rose in hand. A rose containing all my hopes, my dreams, my love. A prayer that it might one day reach you. Roses makes wonderful gifts after all. I probably sound like I'm out of my mind, waiting for a man who exists only in my memories. A man who, in my 21 years of life, I've never once even caught a glimpse of. But that doesn't matter. Because I know how much he means to me. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I will wait. I will trust the memories burned into my soul. I don't know when he'll show up, or if he even will. Maybe we'll never meet in this life. Maybe I'll wait until I've grown old and died. But should that happen, I'll continue waiting for you in my next life. And one after that if I have to. I'll always be waiting, no matter how long it may take, how great the obstacles that stand in my way, or what form you may assume. Oh, wow. That's incredible. She actually remembers. I'll wait as long as it takes. Another 100. Another 1,000 years. So just promise you'll come back to me for me. Michelle. You can hear the rain. Right, since I can't skip the credits, I guess that's not the end. So I really want to wait before I summarize, because I want to see if there's anything more we can get out of the story before calling it. Okay, that was the end of the credits. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you for making this amazing game. It was incredible. Wow, it feels so surreal reaching this point. It's been like 40 hours of game time, which is a lot. It's been an incredible journey. It's been an incredible journey. Just seeing it end, almost bring the tears back. It was so good. It was so good. The house in Fata Morgana. So she'll just keep waiting for him. Don't worry. No. You don't have to wait any longer. Oh my god. Oh my god, I literally have chills. They waited until the credit. Giselle. No! Oh my god, yes! Yes! They actually waited until the credits rolled. I'm here for you. Please, a reunion. So I can die in peace. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Please. Can we see Michelle? One last time? Oh wow. Oh my god, yes. Yes! Oh, the best ending. The best ending I could ever wish for. Thank God. Thank God. There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. Oh man, the tears are coming back up again. In an instant. What a beautiful picture. I remember there once stood a mansion here, in which many tragedies took place. in which great pain was suffered. Much of what happened in those walls was unspeakable, but they are events I should never have forgotten, because amidst all the misfortune, I attained something irreplaceable. Giselle, there's so much I have to say, so much I want you to know, but I'm sure I'll have plenty of time to get through all of that. So for the time being, allow me to say this. Giselle. Here it comes. Your smile is the light of my life. I want to spend my days with you. With that smile always at my side. And nothing to get in our way. Oh wow. After all the tragedies, all they went through, they finally reunited in modern times. Ending 8, Fata Morgana. Oh god. Yes. Literally the best ending. Oh, thank God for the writers for actually do that. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I ask of thee, O Father, to bestow upon their souls thy blessing. Fata Morgana. We got the achievement. Complete the game. Oh, and we got a different background. No way. No way. That's it. That's the end. Oh my days. That is crazy. It's done. After all this time. Oh, that is beautiful background. And the music, finally, it's not this gloomy music. It's perfect. Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm actually about to cry. I can't believe this is over. This has been... Okay, I'm gonna say it straight out. This is the best game I've ever played in recent times. And... wow. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Just a 10 out of 10 game. I enjoyed every single moment of it. I think the length of it was perfect. The story is obviously a 10 out of 10. There's nothing I would have changed. It's incredible. I honestly just really want to know in the epilogue if their brothers actually reincarnated with them, because that's the only part they didn't say anything, but I'm gonna assume they had, because everyone else seemed to. And I guess the woman that spoke with him was Morgana, that spoke with Jacopo reincarnation. She was Morgana after all, so that is really good to know. And wow, what a game. I can't believe this has been quite a journey. I'm not even sure how to summarize this. It was 40 hours, somewhere along 40 hours of game time. We've been through so much. It's been the most incredible journey I've ever had in a video game. Such deep story. And after all this unfortunate events, I'm so happy their souls actually reincarnated in modern times and they all became friends in one way or the other. And finally, Giselle and Michelle found each other. It's kind of cool. They actually kept their memories, which I thought was really special compared to the other ones that didn't really, they kind of felt each other, but they didn't really remember. But Giselle and Michelle actually remembered, which is incredible. So it's so good that they found themselves after loving each other so much in their past lives. And wow, yeah, the game is just amazing. I honestly, whenever a game is so good, I have no words. It's just a 10 out of 10 game. I have nothing else to say. It's so good. I'm so happy for it. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to play it. Wow. Man. What a journey. I'm so sad whenever a game like this ends. I'm just so sad because I'm always afraid I never find a game like this again. With stories so rich, I'll be invested in, and I remember every character name. And yeah, wow. What a game. I mean, right? Now that it's ending, I'm kind of sad. I'm happy because it was the best ending I could ever wish for. But on the other hand, I'm so sad that it's over. I'm so sad that it's over, but I should be glad that it's happened. Wow. What a game. What a game. There's nothing else I could say. It's just perfect. It's perfect in any meaning of the word. And I love it to my very core. Every single word strike a chord with my heart. And it is truly a culmination of all the right things coming into this perfect little package inside a video game I was blessed and fortunate to have played. And that is all. That is all I can say. There's honestly not enough praises I can give to this game, so hopefully you understand what my feelings are towards this game. And I'm so glad I played it and got to share it with you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I have. This turned out to be the final episode, and I really hope you guys will enjoy it. If you did, let me know in the comments below. But that's all for now. So thank you guys for sticking up with this journey with me. And that's all for now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.